Hey everybody, it's me, Jim Keys, and I'm here to give you a quick tutorial on how to play my arrangement of the Christmas song, also known as Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, or as my dad would have said, my nuts roasting on an open fire. Of course, he usually had a few beers by that point. We're going to start with a C6, and I want you to get there by playing an A minor shape, and I want you to put your pinky up on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and you're just going to play the strings your fingers are on. Your melody note is on the 2nd string. Then we're going to jump up to a voicing for an A minor 7. And you're going to reach for the 8th fret on the 1st string with your ring finger. And your middle finger is going to play the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Then you're going to play the 9th fret on the 3rd string with your pinky. And then your index is going to play the 7th fret on the 4th string. And in this case, you're going to start from the 5th string all the way through. All right, so your root is going to be the open 5th string. And you're going to play all the way up. So you've got... All right? Next, we're going to move to a voicing for a G7. And this voicing here is suspiciously like a D7 shape that you'd see down here. The difference is, instead of using these 3 fingers, you're going to use these 3 fingers. So you're going to have your pinky on the 7th fret of the 1st string, your middle finger is going to be on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, your ring finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and your index finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the 4th string. And that's going to be your G7 voicing. So you've got C6, A minor 7, G7. Our next chord is going to be G9 sharp 5. Now if you've been following my other videos, you know I have a rule. And my rule is don't be intimidated by the big chord names. You only got 4 fingers, it can't be that hard. And in this case, it really isn't. What you're going to do is you're going to put your pinky on the 5th fret of the 1st string. You're going to put your ring finger on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. You're going to have your middle finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And then your index is going to be on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. That's it. That's the whole chord. It's a passing chord. We're headed for a C. We'll get there in a second. So we're going for our G7 shape that we just learned, G9 sharp 5, and then we're going to play a G13. Again, no big deal. You're going to bar the first 4 strings on the 3rd fret. Your ring finger is going to play the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and your middle finger is going to play the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So if you've come from this G9 sharp 5, all you're going to do is lay this finger flat, let go with your pinky, and bring your ring finger out. And that's how that's going to work. You're going to play your next melody note, which will be the 6th fret of the 2nd string. And then we're going to get to the open fire. Your melody note is the 5th fret of the 2nd string. And we're just going to play a regular C bar, in which you're using your ring finger to bar strings 2, 3, and 4. and you've got your index finger grabbing that C here on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Now, the next one is C major 7, so we've now got the pinky on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, the ring finger, the middle finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, and you're still going to have that index finger over on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Now, our next chord is C7. You're going to lift off that middle finger and bar with your index finger, and you can have your middle finger help out that index finger. And that's a C7 there. Everything else stays the same. You're just going from this note to that note. So we've got open fire. Thus far, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Just so you know where we are. We're going to go to our next chord, which is going to be F major 7. And that is a funky little chord. Nice shape. You can start with that A minor shape like we did with the C6. Only in this case, we're not going to use the index. We're going to have the middle finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. We're going to have the pinky on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And the ring finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Now, here's where it gets cool. Your index finger is going to reach up for that 1st fret of the 6th string, and it's going to mute the 5th string. So now you can play all your strings, stopping at the 1st string to get that F major 7 shape. Alright. The next chord we're going to play is a D minor 7. You're going to bar the 5th fret, and you can bar all 6 strings, but you don't need all 6. We're only going to go from the 5th string down. Your middle finger is going to be on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, and your ring finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the 4th string. And you're going to play from the 5th string all the way up to the 1st. So this is Jack Frost. Jack Frost. Our next chord is going to be E minor 7. If you take this F shape that everybody knows, and you move it up 2 frets, this gives you a G. Now here's where things get fun. If you use your ring finger to mute the 5th string, we're going to do a lot of 5th string muting in this song, and you play the 6th string, gives you a nice wide E minor 7 shape. So we've got Jack Frost, and then the melody note is going to be on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, C7, which we've already done, and you're going to let go with that pinky for your next melody note, and then F major 7 again. And then you're going to bar, just as a little flavor here, strings 2, 3, and 4 on the 1st fret, and play it a little more softly. Just play those 3 strings. So you've got like that. We're going to go back to that C6 for Yuletide carols. And we're going to play a B flat 7, which is the same shape as that C7 we had been using, except we're starting on the 1st fret. You're going to let go with your pinky for the melody note, which will be the 1st fret of the 2nd string. You're already there. Put that pinky back down. Alright? C major 7. Your melody note is on the 2nd string. B7. Now here's how we're going to get there. You'll notice that I've barred all 6 strings. You don't have to. You only need the first 4 strings on the 7th fret. And then you're going to put your middle finger on the 8th fret of the 3rd string. And just play the strings your fingers are on. So we've got we're going to reach out to the 10th fret of the 2nd string for the melody note. And now we're going to play E major 7, which is exactly the same as that C major 7, except that we're starting it up on the 7th fret. And your melody note is on the 2nd string. And you're going to play that note twice. we're going to go to B flat 7 using the same shape we just used for B7. And the melody is the first note, the first string. Then we're going to reach out to the 9th fret of the 2nd string, then the 8th fret, and then the 6th fret where your finger already is. Our next chord is going to be D minor 11. You're going to love this chord. I swear you are. You're going to put your index finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Your pinky's going to play on the 10th fret of the 3rd string. Your ring finger is going to play on the 10th fret of the 4th string. And your middle finger is going to play on the 10th fret of the 6th string. And once again, we're going to mute that 5th string. So we've got this. Nice, right? And then we're going to play a G7, which is a different G7 than the one we played. The astute among you will notice that it looks suspiciously like a C7 that we all learned when we first started playing the guitar. And that's because it is the exact same shape. We're just starting it up on the 8th fret. And the melody note is the 2nd string. Now, if you want points for style, and who doesn't, hence the tie and jacket, you're going to play this D minor 11 and let that melody note ring out and just play the first 3 notes of the G7 chord. Alright? And that is the whole first verse. Except for the everybody knows. So we've got your melody note again will be on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Then you're going to be on the 10th fret of the 3rd string, 9th fret of the 3rd string, 7th fret of the 3rd string. And then we start the thing all over again. Now here's where things change. We're going to end up with B minor 7. And what we're going to do for B minor 7 is you're just simply going to bar the first 4 strings and play them. Your melody note is going to be on the 7th fret. Your melody note is going to be the 10th fret of the 2nd string. And now we're going to play E minor 7, which is that same D minor 7 shape we used before, but we're starting it on the 7th fret. And your melody note is going to be on the 2nd string. Your next melody note is the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and you're going to get there just by putting your pinky down on it while you're still holding that chord. And now we're going to play A7, which is going to be the exact same shape we used for the B7, but we're starting it on the 5th fret. Reach out for the 8th fret on the 2nd string for your melody note, and then D minor 7. Your melody note is the 2nd string, and now here's yet another G7 shape. And we're only using 3 fingers for this. You're going to have your index finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and then the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And again, we're muting the 5th string. And then we're back to a C6. So that whole second verse is... Now, when I see you guys again, we'll go over the bridge. He knows that Santa's on his way, the whole thing. So chew on this for a while. I'll get you to the rest of it, and I hope you enjoy playing it. And if you got more questions, I'm also available for Skype lessons, so feel free to hit me up, and we'll talk. All right? Have a great time. So long. Hope you enjoy.